Tonight, the Montreal Pride Parade canceled because of a lack of volunteers.
CTV News with Amanda Klein.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. It came as a shock to those in the Montreal Pride Parade and those who wanted to attend. After months of planning, it was abruptly called off mere hours before it was scheduled to start, and the questions are piling up. Taria Isri reports.
This is the closest people came to a pride parade in Montreal. Spontaneous marches erupted throughout the city since the main event was canceled without warning.
This was very last minute. It was an inconvenience. Like I said, we were looking forward to participating.
Organizers of the city's gay pride parade suddenly called off the event Sunday morning. They broke the news just a few hours before thousands of festival goers and floats were supposed to take over René Lévesque, a decision that seemed to catch everyone off guard, including the mayor.
We didn't know. Nobody told us even ahead of time that there was maybe issues, and I'm not even sure at this point. Maybe you have more information than me of what exactly happened.
Montreal police say they did not receive a heads up either and thought it was going ahead.
It's totally on our part that was a mistake happened.
Pride organizers admit they dropped the ball, saying they were short on volunteers and security staff and did not have the resources to safely hold a parade.
The biggest issue is this: we didn't plan appropriately to deliver this parade today.
Security comes first. My life is more important than a parade.
While Montreal Pride said it didn't have enough volunteers to hold the parade, many people we spoke to are wondering why the organization didn't put out a call for volunteers sooner.
I was shocked this morning that decision was made without even trying to find a solution, maybe even talking to us.
I'm a little cynical in terms of why the decision was taken.
This was set to be the first full parade in the city since 2019, after the pandemic postponed or scaled back celebrations. It's one of the biggest in North America and a major draw for tourists like PJ Torre-Villas. He flew in from Dallas.
We're all coming here as a group. There was 20 of us that were coming, really excited about the parade, and I couldn't believe it.
Disbelief and disappointment. An annual parade could not get off the ground. Taria Isri, CTV News.
Breaking news this morning, the Montreal Pride Parade, which was scheduled to take place today, has been canceled. Organizers say they did not have enough volunteers and could not guarantee security. CTV Montreal digital reporter Daniel Rowe joins me now with more. Daniel, first of all, what are organizers saying about this?
Organizers aren't saying that much, actually. I was just talking to the police about an hour and a half ago, asking them about the Pride Parade, and they were saying that they were ready and it was going to be hot and they were preparing. And then about an hour ago, they sent out a news release saying that it was canceled because of lack of personnel to be able to ensure the security along the route. Now, a lot of people were tweeting right after that they'd had months and they'd never heard anything about this. So that's all we're left with, is just that there was not enough volunteers and not enough security to make sure the route along René Lévesque Boulevard in downtown Montreal was secure.
Daniel, are there any other sorts of security concerns outside of what you would normally have at a large-scale event like this?
Not that anyone has reported on. We've been covering the Pride Week all week. There was a march yesterday, a trans parade, which was went off well, and a lot of people went to it. But there has been no threats that we've come across or anybody else has reported to us about any events at Pride. And they're actually saying to come to an event later in the day near the Olympic Park at 2 p.m. So we haven't heard anything like that, although some people are speculating on social media as is normally the case.
Daniel, there must be a lot of disappointment at this news today.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are very upset about this. This is a huge event. It's a very big thing for Montreal. Last year there was a altered event due to the pandemic, and the year before was canceled. So this was supposed to be the first major Pride Parade since 2019, since before the pandemic, and a lot of people were planning on attending. CTV Montreal was going to be there. So there's a lot of people that are very upset that this happened at the last minute. It was scheduled to start at 1 p.m. and like I said, we just got told, or everybody got told an hour ago.
Yeah, almost down to the wire. Okay, CTV's Daniel Rowe, thanks so much for joining us on this.
For more, I am joined by Simon Gamache, Executive Director of the Montreal Pride Festival. Thank you, Simon, for joining us. And, you know, we heard the mayor say she doesn't understand why this had to happen. And that's what many people are thinking today. So first off, I want to start with the when, then the why. When was the decision made to cancel this? Was it first thing this morning?
It was first thing this morning. So I was made aware at 8 a.m. this morning that we did not have the necessary resources to deliver the parade today. And later on, I mean, I found out what happened. So it's totally on our part that a mistake happened. So we did not request all the resources that we needed today to deliver the parade.
Okay, so you didn't request all the resources. This wasn't, you know, for the why in this, why it happened. This wasn't, you know, a group of volunteers pulled out at the last minute or something.
Of course, you know, I mean, there were some people pulled out. I mean, that's in the current human resources environment we are. So like staff and of course, volunteers. There was a bit of that, but that was not, I mean, the biggest issue is this: we didn't plan appropriately to deliver this parade today.
How many volunteers did you need? And is it all volunteers that provide security support? There's no contract with any kind of security agency?
Yeah. So, I mean, as you can imagine, I mean, like the parade, I mean, it's a really complex organization. So what we're really lacking now, yes, there were some volunteers that were missing, but this was mostly people that we hire. We call them welcome agents that, you know, so that's people who are hired. That's what we were lacking today. But I just want to be really clear that we've had a wonderful collaboration with the SPVM, with the police forces. They were ready. They're absolutely wonderful collaborators in this. I just want to be really clear about this. This is really on our end that we did not plan appropriately.
So, Simon, how many volunteers short were you? Are we talking about thousands or about, you know, 100?
No, it's about 100 people, like 80, 100 we were missing today.
And that's all you needed? I mean, the mayor said if you had asked for help, she would have figured it out or reached out to the people of Montreal. I guess the people of Montreal wondering, and I think people will appreciate you accepting responsibility, saying it's on you and your organization. But is this not something you knew, you know, yesterday or Friday that we're short about 80 to 100 people?
No, I found out this morning. But I also want to say, this is, I mean, you know, we're in a context that's really difficult from human resources. All ourselves, I mean, I will say, I mean, the festival started on August 1st. We've been struggling all week. I mean, we've been able to deliver every day. We've always had the correct number of people, but every day it's been struggling from 1 hour to another. We've had to find people. And again, today we had other situations to resolve. We resolved them. And then this one, unfortunately, blew up this morning.
And Simon, 80 to 100 people short out of how many? How many is the total amount?
That's about 200 people that we need to deliver this thing.
Okay, so you're about half, missing half the people. And just to be clear,
yeah, 40, yeah.
Did people pull out today? Just to be clear, like, why was it this morning?
No, again, this was a mistake on our part.
Okay.
We did not plan appropriately, and I found out this morning.
What do you say to the people of Montreal? I mean, is there an opportunity to make this happen in a week or two?
Well, we're working on it right now. So we're working on it. We have great collaboration with our partners right now. And so we hope to make an announcement as soon as possible. You know, yes, Montreal Pride is a festival, but the essence of what we do is in the parade. This is fundamental. This is where we know we carry our demands. So we're really working hard to organize something really fast.
I sense the disappointment in your voice, Simon. I mean, I imagine it's disappointing as a leader to have to say that our organization dropped the ball, but we've been struggling. Looking back, what could have mitigated this? What could have prevented this from happening?
You know, I've been on this job since September. I was hired to, you know, rethink this organization, restructure it, rebuild bridges, and all of that. I mean, you've been a lot of that. But you know, when you come into it, like, you know, what I did, and also, you know, there were a lot of departures during the pandemic. And so, yeah, I mean, this is really tied to that. So to me, it fits in this restructure of the organization. It continues. I mean, this is the worst possible thing that could happen, really. I mean, canceling shows is one thing. Canceling the parade is the absolute worst possible thing. So this is a really, really difficult morning for us, but I think it's even worse for our communities. We've been working really hard over the past few months to really work with our communities, with community organizations that do absolutely fantastic work on the ground. And we're deeply sorry. We're really deeply saddened by this today.
Okay. Simon Gamache, the executive director of the Montreal Pride Festival. Certainly a difficult day for an organization like yours and the community. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us
If
today.
I may.
Yes, of course.
If I may briefly, despite that, we still have a festival that goes on. The Olympic Park Esplanade opens at 2 p.m. We have shows all day till 11 p.m. So please, people come and celebrate. I think that's really important. We need it. We've been seeing it all week. Our communities need to get together. And so please, you should come to the Olympic Park and be there with us. And this is the best place to be today.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Simon. All the best to the organization. We look forward to hearing if this can still happen in a week or two. Much appreciated.